Hello, Big Daddy Fun here. Thank you for joining me for this video. Today we are going to go to the fortress. As you can see, I am looking at my inventory. I have just returned from my very first trip to the fortress, and those 7 blaze rods are the very first blaze rods that I have ever gotten. I apologize that I have not been able to show you that video. For some reason or another, I do not have it. I thought I recorded it, but apparently I did not, and I do not have it available, and so I can't show you my very first trip there. But what I am going to do is, I've come back to the sphere, and I am going to make a brewing stand. Now to make a brewing stand, all you need is 3 pieces of cobblestone and 1 blaze rod. I've had plenty of cobblestone for quite some while, but now I finally got a blaze rod so I can make a brewing stand. In the last video that I did, the sphere, at the very end, you might remember there was a brewing stand sitting right there, and that is when I placed it. The video that I made with the sphere was kind of done after this was. Now on the brewing stand, what you do is you put the blaze powder up in the top left and 3 bottles of potion in there. I put some nether wart in. As you can see, I made some awkward potion. Now I put the magma cream in there, and what that will do is make a potion of fire resistance. Fire resistance is a very good potion to take with you to the nether for obvious reasons, because blazes will be shooting fire at you and gas will be shooting fireballs at you, and with the fire resistance it will protect you. So now what I'm going to do is I have the fire resistance potion, and now I'm going to put some redstone in. And what redstone does is it makes the fire resistance last longer. If you just make a regular fire resistance potion, it will last for 2 minutes. When you add the redstone, it makes it last for 8 minutes. So it is to me, it's a very good idea to add the redstone and make it last longer. So anyway, off to the fortress we go. As you can see, I constructed a somewhat safe zone where I put cobblestone up. The cobblestone where that pigman is standing goes out to one of the bridges, and this cobblestone will lead you out to another one. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break these 2 blocks of cobblestone and place the door right there. When you have an iron door, you need to have some kind of a mechanism to open up the door. As you can see, there's no handle on an iron door. So in this case, I decided to put some pressure plates down, and I'm using heavy pressure plates in the hope that it would keep just anything from coming in. But what I found is it doesn't really keep the, like a pigman, the blazes or the nether or wither skeletons. It does not keep them out. So now what I'm gonna do here is maybe a little bit of cheating. I'm not really sure if it worked all that well, but I'm gonna push Mr. Pigman to the door, and then I'm gonna push him out and use him as a shield to kind of block myself away from the blazes. So once I have him pushed out of the way, I can place the pressure plate and go right back in and not get shot at. So anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and drink some potion, and we're going to go exploring into the fortress and see if we can kill some mobs, get some more blaze rods, and actually one of my main goals is to try to pick up a bunch more of that glowstone as I can. So what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today as we're going through this video is how to survive the nether fortress. This video here is my 3rd attempt at the fortress after my first one of gaining the blaze rods. For some reason or another, I was not very smart, and I tried going back to the fortress without any potion, and my first 2 attempts when I did that both failed, and I ended up dying. So this is my 3rd attempt, and we're gonna see if I can get through this without dying. As you can see, I kind of gotten a little bit gun shy because of the first 2 attempts, and so I'm kind of very apprehensive as I go about here. The wither skeletons, what you got to watch for with them is when they get close to you and hit you, they will enact a wither spell, which lasts for only less than 10 seconds and goes away. But it will, if you're low on health, it doesn't take very long, and that could possibly kill you. And so the hope is to not have that happen here. But anyway, as you're exploring, get ready to explore the fortress, what I would suggest is, just like I did here, build a somewhat safe zone. Now please understand that this does not mean that this safe zone is 100% safe. It does not mean that nothing will spawn there and that you're safe and don't have to worry about anything in that area. It does mean that you are safe for the most part. You may need to go in and kill something if it's in that area, but for the most part, you will not have a whole lot of things spawn in that area, and you can kind of consider it a somewhat safe zone. So as you can see here, I go back periodically, and like in this case, even though I have fire resistance, I kind of want to get that fire to go out, and part of it is because it blinds me somewhat. You'll see me several times in this video putting some fires out, and the reason I do that is to keep my vision as good as possible, because I find that the fires, when they're burning, it kind of makes it harder to see what's going on. Which brings me to another tip, and that is to be aware of your surroundings. Continually be looking around to see what's there and what mobs you have to worry about. So there's a number of times in this video that you might see all of a sudden it seems like something appeared out of nowhere, and that's how it goes in the fortress. I find that if I'm doing just one fire resistance potion for the 8 minutes, I believe that that is the fastest 8 minutes in Minecraft. And I find that when I go through this, 8 minutes seems to go by very quickly, and next thing you know, my potions run out. So be aware of your surroundings, and also create a safe zone. The next tip is to make sure that you take the correct resources with you. So as far as resources, what I mean by that is you want to take some torches so you can light some areas up. I find that it helps to put some torches up in certain areas because it helps you to see if there's any mobs in that area. And there's one where it seemed like that wither came out of nowhere. As you can see down this hall, I can't see very much, but down the other one I can. I know it went by very quick, but there you can see, now I can see down to the end of that hall and tell if there's any mobs down there, and then I can go and kill them and take care of them. So take some torches with you. Take some blocks of cobblestone. They can come in handy for several things. One, just building the safe zone. They will be safe from the gas bombs that they shoot. And also you can possibly, if you're in a bad situation, quick put some cobblestone up and be in a small safe zone, maybe a small temporary safe zone, and then you don't have to worry about dying. Another thing is to do time management. By that, what I mean is if you're using fire resistance as your potion to keep yourself safe and alive, keep your eye on your inventory. If you go into your inventory, you much time is left on your potion. You may have noticed that when I go into my inventory, it shows the fire resistance to the right of the inventory, and it tells you how much more time you have. And actually, in just a moment, I'm going to go back in here and look at my inventory, and you see the fire resistance on the right hand side there. Right there it is. In this case, you can see I have 1 minute 56 seconds left. So my time is running low. So keeping time management and being aware of when your potion's going to run out. So now, just I wanted to tell you that if you have 2 fire resistance potions and they're both for 8 minutes, and say you're down to 1 minute with the first potion, I would not suggest drinking the second potion, because then you just lost 1 minute's worth of time. Once you start getting low, be very attentive to your potion, how much time is left, and when you get down to maybe less than 20 seconds, then maybe drink that second potion, because it does not accumulate. In other words, if you have 20 seconds left and you drink the second potion, you don't have 8 minutes and 20 seconds, you now have 8 minutes. So you lose whatever little bit is left. So as you can see, I am intent on getting this glowstone. And so you may have noticed that since I looked at my inventory in the safe zone, I have not gone back and looked at my inventory, and I had 1 minute and 56 seconds left. What will happen is up in the top right hand corner, when your potion gets ready to run out, that will start flashing, and it'll kind of be an alarm to let you know that your potion's running out. It'll start flashing just like that, and the alarm goes off, and your resistance has run out. Now let me just tell you that I don't think there's any amount of glowstone that is worth staying out there and risking being shot by a blaze and dying. The easiest thing to do is just regroup, get another fire resistance potion, go back out for it. So time management is extremely important. So another thing that you need to do is have very good armor. The best armor you can get is what I would suggest. If you can get diamond armor and enchant it. Now this is what I was saying about the safe zone. You can't always feel like it's going to be safe. I came back there thinking it was, and it turned out that there was a blaze in that area, and that will happen at times. You can see that blaze and that magma block came in, and so that can happen. So it's not a 100% absolutely safe area, but it is a lot safer than the open areas. So anyway, if you can, make diamond armor and enchant it, because that will help protect you from the other mobs that are there, such as wither skeletons and anything that's going to attack you, such as the magma blocks. The little ones aren't so bad, but once you start getting into the bigger ones, they can do some damage to you, and also the skeleton archers. So you want to have good armor. The other thing that you want to do is take a good sword. This sword that I have right now has knockback and looting, so it helps me that when I kill something, I get a better amount of loot from them. In other words, with the blazes, I will get more blaze rods, possibly, and so on and so forth. So you want to take a real good sword, and also I suggest taking a bow and some arrows. I would suggest having the bow enchanted. Now, I do not try to shoot wither skeletons. I tend to try to kill those with my sword, and actually I don't really use a bow all that much when I'm in the fortress. I do not have a bow with me on this instance, but I have gone back a number of times to the fortress, and I have started taking the bow with me, and I use that for the gas. So you can, in this case, if you kind of notice through the door, you can see the skeleton archer got shot, and so I was able to kill him with one hit, and then I come into a whole horde of mobs here, but with a good sword you're able to take care of the mobs pretty quickly, and it's a lot better than trying to go in with a stone sword or even an iron sword. A diamond sword will help you out so much more, and especially if it's enchanted. So I do not normally try to shoot the wither skeletons, mostly because I have noticed it doesn't seem like they drop the wither skeleton skulls as quick. And in the upcoming video, or next couple videos, I am going to be having a video about trying to gain wither skeleton skulls and also spawning the wither. So I'm trying to gain the wither skeleton skulls as much as possible, so I stay away from shooting them, the wither skeletons, with bows, because I want to make sure I get my skulls as much as possible. So anyway, those are some of my tips and things that I think can help to keep you safe in the Nether. Know your surroundings, time management, also having good weapons, and having good armor. Excuse me. Making sure you have the proper equipment with you, such as torches, such as cobblestone, and you may find that there's some other things that you want to take with you. Having good fire resistance potion will work as well. So what you see here, this is a blaze spawner, and maybe you do or maybe you do not know that if you have a spawner and you place a torch on all 5 sides, the top and the 4 sides, it will keep the spawner from spawning. In this case, I did not have 5 torches, so I wasn't able to put one on all sides. I thought, well, I'm going to see if maybe one on the top will keep it from spawning, and that's the answer to that one. It does not. So I also do not think torches on the blaze spawner will keep it from spawning. So you're left with 2 other options in that case. One is to place a block on all 5 sides, the top and the 4 sides, to keep it from spawning, or do what I did in this case, just destroy it. There's absolutely no need to have a blaze spawner there. If you think, oh, I want more blazes, don't worry. Without it, you will still have plenty of blazes that will appear throughout the fortress, and I have never found it to be a case where there weren't enough blazes. The other thing that I did find through my experience has been that as you are in the fortress, it seems like the longer you're there, the more mobs appear. Now, the reason I know this is because I've gone through some times where I've spent a lot of time in the Nether, the fortress. I've actually gone where I've gone through about 4 or 5 fire resistance potions that were at 8 minutes. So I would spend, anywhere between 24 to 30 minutes at a shot in the fortress, just going and killing blazes, wither skeletons, magma cream, or magma blocks, I'm not sure if I said wither skeletons, but skeleton archers, just the mobs of all kinds. Now, if you noticed, I was not paying great attention to my surroundings when I killed that one blaze, because I ended up leaving the blaze rod set. And so you definitely want to try to be aware of your surroundings at all times and try to pick up everything that you can. Anyway, we're coming close to the end of this video. My fire resistance, I know, is winding down, and you're going to show you here in just a moment. Again, a safe zone is not 100% safe, which again is another one of the tips that I wanted to make sure to let you know about, and that is to have a safe zone. And sometimes you might need to modify it, and what I'm doing here is putting some blocks up to try to prevent the blazes from coming over that far. And I'm not going to be able to prevent them from spawning in there completely, but the intent is to try to keep as much of a safe zone as I possibly can. So I know that my potion is running low, and so what I'm thinking here is I can maybe just go and try to get one more blaze or something. And actually, if you notice, my potion ran out, and again, in this instance, this is when I first started, and I was not very attentive, and I was almost going out there again without any fire resistance. I did see that I did not have any, and so at this point I'm going to go back, check out my loot, and while we're doing that, I am going to go ahead and just let you know that I appreciate you watching the video. Thank you very much. I say that from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it very much. If you would see fit to subscribe to my channel, then you will, and hit for the notifications, and you will know of all the videos that I bring out. And also, I would appreciate if you would hit the like button and let me know that you like this video and would like me to do more. So you can see I picked up another 15 more blaze rods. Anyway, my name is Big Daddy Fun. Thank you.